Welcome to Golden Years. I'm Lori Betts. This month, my special guest is City Manager Carl DeForest, but he is wearing a different hat today. So come on back and I'm going to let you know what he is up to. Welcome back to Golden Years. I am interviewing Carl DeForest, and this year he is presently president of the Brunswick Rotary Club.
I am indeed. Thanks for having me.
And I want to thank you for sending me several texts to come back to Rotary, and you keep inviting me. I was impressed because I thought I was the only one that you were asking to come.
Well, that was supposed to be a secret. Nobody else was supposed to know that I was reaching out to people other than you, and you weren't supposed to know that I was texting anyone else.
And all women, too.
No, Dave Wyant's not a woman.
Oh, he wasn't there that day we all came, when you gave us the gold envelopes.
Correct, yeah, he was busy. I think he was taking care of his granddaughter that day. So, but anyway, it's great to have you back in Rotary.
Well, and I want to share with you, I was a Rotarian back in, I'm thinking 1995. I was president in the year 2000.
Wow.
I almost brought in my bottle of wine, but obviously I forgot it.
You got a bottle of wine for being president?
From 2000, so remember that.
Did you open it?
No, it's still sealed. It could be worth money.
That could be worth millions of dollars, yes. Well, maybe we could celebrate my presidency with your bottle of wine.
Okay, deal.
Yeah,
it's
deal.
a plan.
Deal.
But Rotary has always been warm to my heart. It's a phenomenal organization. I had to step back because I was doing a lot with my mom at the time, then my mother-in-law, and with the business. So everything was just very overwhelming. So I had to put it on hold because I was a secretary for years and a lot of time went into it. So I want to know, first of all, going back to president, who invited you into the club?
You know, I can't even really remember who invited me into the club. I was invited a number of years ago, and I was engaged in a lot of outside activities, raising money for multiple sclerosis, fight against cancer, Relay for Life, Velisano, Pan Ohio, Hope, and things of that nature. And I just didn't feel like I had the time to dedicate to Rotary. So I didn't join then, but I joined 5 years ago, and it's been a great opportunity to get engaged in the community and learn a little bit more about the community. And I've been here 30 years, but I've learned some of the personalities of the business owners and the folks that come to Rotary, and it's paid huge dividends. And what I found out about Rotary is they do great and wonderful things throughout the world, throughout the region, throughout the community, and they give back. And their motto is service above self. And there's great people in Rotary, and if they're doing something you want to get engaged in, you have every opportunity to do that. If you want to do something and get the club involved, the club will come along as long as it's a great cause. And I could give you a couple examples. Trike and Bike is one of them. Trike and Bike raises money for pediatric cancer research. They've also supported Velisano, which is kind of like the parent to Trike and Bike, and that's for money for cancer research through the Cleveland Clinic. And you know, being able to make connections outside the office air quotes inserted, is really nice, and help people in Brunswick, Brunswick Hills, Valley City, and Hinckley around the holidays. It's been a great opportunity to help even more. And this year's motto for Rotary is serve to change lives.
Serve to change lives.
Serve to change lives. And again, we're doing that. And Rotary has been a big supporter of Trike and Bike, which is, again, a little bike ride for children between the age of 3 and 12 to raise money for pediatric cancer research. And there was a connectivity between Rotary function and my involvement in Trike and Bike. In 2018, I met Colin Nemeth, who was a local little boy who was diagnosed with cancerous tumors in his brain. And he lived in Brunswick Hills, and I dropped off a Thanksgiving basket to the family. And I got talking to the mom. And
from the Rotary Club?
From the Rotary Club, yes.
Okay.
We had 7 baskets that year. We dropped them off to various families throughout the area. And I was talking to him, and he had actually gone through some chemo earlier in the week, and so he was laying on the couch, and he was kind of in and out, looked like he was sleeping and such. And I gave the mother, Kim, my business card, and I said, I know you live in Brunswick Hills. There's probably not a lot I can do for you, but if you ever need anything, let me know. I'm active in Velasano, and she actually worked for the Cleveland Clinic at the time as a nurse. And so I left, and wished them well. And a day or two later, I got an email at work. Now, Colin was in 3rd grade at the time, and 3rd graders in the Brunswick City school system learn about their local government. And after I left, he said to his mom, he looked familiar, who was he? And she said, well, that was the city manager. And he goes, well, I got to get up and call Grandpa. He's a big shot. I can't believe the city manager was in my house. And so because he thought I was a big shot, I thought he was a big shot. He was going through a battle, chemo and radiation, fighting for his life. And we became friends. I don't have too many friends to begin with. And I had very few younger friends, but Colin was one of my buddies, and I got to know his mom, Kim, his dad, Mike, and his grandmother, Patricia, because we were at lunch one time, and Kim slid an envelope over across the table, and she said, "This is from my mom, and she wonders if you could bring Trike and Bike to the city of Brunswick." And I knew a little bit about Trike and Bike, and I said, well, yeah, we can do that. And again, it's for kids age 3 to 12 to raise money for pediatric cancer research. And it shows kids that there's causes bigger than your backyard. There's more important things, and there's children who need your help. So it teaches them philanthropy and altruism and giving back and such. And so we brought Trike and Bike to town last year for the first time. It was a virtual event because of COVID. Yeah. But we are #1 in Northeast Ohio raising money that went to the Cleveland Clinic. Every dollar you raise goes to pediatric cancer research. We raised $26,701. And
awesome.
So we're hosting it again this year on Friday, September 24th at 6 p.m. at the Brunswick High School football field.
Which is passed. So it all went well? You raised a lot of money, but you
sure,
can't tell me how much.
I don't have the final tally here yet.
Okay.
But the sad part of the story is Colin passed away this April, 2 months shy of his 12th birthday. So, we'll do it in subsequent years in Colin's memory. So
wonderful.
Again,
and I Zoomed the Mass, and that was just phenomenal.
Yeah, and so there's a connectivity that I otherwise wouldn't have had if I hadn't been involved in Rotary.
And touching a young one's life.
Yeah, and them touching yours,
Exactly. So thank you for doing that.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
So I want to ask, okay, so when you approach someone for Rotary, does it have to be a certain avenue or a certain business?
No,
Has that changed?
I know that we want a blend of certain business owners. You don't want all financial advisors and things of this nature, but everybody who comes to Rotary has a different interest, different level of background, different connectivity throughout the community, throughout the region.
Different ages.
Different ages, yes.
A lot of retirees.
Like a lot of people don't know that this is the 45th year of this show, and you started it when you were 7 years old.
Woohoo! Well, thanks for sharing.
It's been a huge success. So congratulations on your 45 years of golden years. But you know, when you're doing a project, some people like to be up front, some people like to be in the back, some people like to, you know, do the
You're right.
the cooking, some people like to do the presentation, some people don't like to do anything at all, you know, but they supply the funding for it. So you got to get a combination of folks and personalities, and it's just phenomenal how well the folks blend in Rotary, and it's just like it's a small community, you know.
Correct.
And,
We're not as big as Strongsville.
we're not as big as Strongsville, but we're better.
Or much better, much better. I just did my great niece is in Heartbeats, jump rope.
Okay.
So they had in August, a couple weeks ago, they had a Heartbeat show
Okay.
at the Chalet in Strongsville. Well, wouldn't you know, it was the Rotary Duck Race.
Okay.
I mean, there were people everywhere. But it was a fun day, a hot day. But we scooted as soon as, she jump roped.
As soon as you get out.
Yeah, but a lot of people everywhere. So I don't know if that turned into one of their fundraisers.
It did, yeah.
Good fundraisers.
Yeah, they've got a big club, very vibrant. They got a lot of community support and a lot of big businesses behind some of their fundraising. So when I approach anybody, I want somebody who's going to be engaged, come to the meetings, and get involved in the activities of Rotary, and do it for the right reason. Not do it to build a resume, not build it, to put it out on a marquee somewhere, but to roll up her sleeves, do some work, and people will know that they care by their involvement in the club and what Rotary does for the community as a result of their efforts.
Thank goodness I stayed involved.
No kidding.
Because
Glad you're
Cindy
back.
Schneider, God love her, she's the one that got us involved in the pig roast. And your annual pig roast is coming up. We'll talk about that in a second.
All right.
But she says, you know what? We, the hands people, we need to help you with your fundraiser because you help us with our fundraiser. Okay. So that's why we sell the sideboards. And
Okay.
we've just continued, Greg and I have continued it on after she moved on.
Well, you know, what's interesting about that is the connectivity between groups in the area that we've really never had. I reached out to Medina Sunrise Rotary and Wadsworth Rotary for the trike and bike. Mm-hmm. And Medina Sunrise Rotary donated $2,500, and Wadsworth Rotary got involved. And we've never done that before in the area. I reached out to the Eagles Club and the Brunswick Optimist Club to get them involved. And it's really nice because you have folks who want to help, and maybe you have a small club like the Optimist Club that has 8 or 10 active members, mm-hmm. and maybe they don't get involved in trike and bike because they can't do it themselves. But if they can come along and help, they'll give you some heartbeats, they'll give you some effort. So it's nice, and basically copying Cindy's efforts there, mm-hmm. Reaching out to other entities and getting them involved, and demonstrating teamwork throughout the area is really kind of whiz bang. She was above her time, way ahead of her time.
Way ahead of her time.
Good people.
All right, so we are going to take a quick break right now, and you are going to tell me what are the big events that are coming up that maybe the community wants to join.
All righty.
Come on back.
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
When emergencies threaten, you want to know immediately. In the city of Brunswick, residents receive alerts from Code Red. The Code Red service works with a database of phone numbers of Brunswick residents. Depending on the size and scope of the emergency, Code Red alerts either all of the city or just the part that is affected.
This is a Code Red message from the city of Brunswick.
As a city resident, you also have the opportunity to add warnings about severe weather, such as tornadoes, thunderstorms, or flash floods. If you want to be sure that you are registered, or if you want to add or change your notifications or phone number, we encourage you to visit the Code Red website. You'll find a link to Code Red on the city's website, www.brunswick.oh.us. Just click on the button for complete information and options.
Welcome back to Golden Years, and I am interviewing President Carl DeForest of the Brunswick Rotary Club. Thank you, Carl.
Oh, thank you.
Just thank you
having
for
me.
everything you do.
No, thank you for everything you do. And again, you know, you live in North Royalton, had a business in Brunswick Hills, Citizen of the Year in Brunswick. I don't know how you do it. But if there's anybody who deserves it, it's you.
Thank you, Carl. Thank you. So when I was back in Rotary, I'm going to throw questions at you because I got a couple things started. Thanksgiving meals. Are you guys still involved in that?
Actually, we canceled it because somebody said you were connected to it, and I thought, we got to get rid of it. No, actually, we do. Thanksgiving meals or Thanksgiving baskets? Which one are you talking about?
Well, I know you
We actually do both.
You do both. Okay.
Yes.
And you talked already about the baskets.
Yes.
And you said like 7 baskets, 8 baskets?
It depends on the funding and the need in the community. But last year, I believe we did 7. Sometimes
Okay.
we do as many as 9 or 10. So, but the Thanksgiving meals, we also go to the churches and help Holy Martyrs and St. Ambrose. Holy Martyrs, we send a crew down there and help get the meals ready and deliver them, package them up, and deliver them to the folks at their house. I've volunteered for a number of years up at St. Ambrose, and sometimes you're making sandwiches, sometimes you're providing the meal for folks who come in person. Other people deliver meals to folks that might be housebound. So that's something Rotary has done for a number of years as a result of your efforts. And
Yeah, because when I did it, it was home instead senior care.
Okay.
So the Rotarians, we would come in and we get the meals together once they were cooked. I think Bill Wilkinson, well, he was in charge, I think, of the potatoes. He would be stirring them around and stirring
he's a
them.
good potato
Mashed
guy.
potato, yes, yes. And then, God bless the families, these Rotarians would bring their young kids in, and then they would deliver the meals to the home.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, especially when you get children involved.
Oh, yeah, yeah, because they have to start young.
Yep.
If you want our young ones to learn what volunteering is all about and not snub your nose because you're not going to do something because you're not going to get paid, no.
You got to set
You
the
got to
example.
start them, yes, set the example young. So I'm glad to hear that you guys are still getting involved in that. And we used to go to the nursing homes and we used to sing Apple Bill with Santa Claus, and we used to sing Christmas carols through the hall. I mean, that we really enjoyed too, but I know everything has changed in the nursing homes, assisted
Yeah, you
livings.
can't get
You
in
just
now.
can't do that anymore.
And if you've heard us sing, you don't want us going.
Well,
on
that's
with
true
it.
too. I was going to make a comment about that.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I think for Christmas, we used to do stockings for some seniors connected with Home Instead.
We do stockings and we adopt families, but we don't specifically do them for seniors. We do them for families. And a couple years ago, I think we did 100 stockings, and we adopted like 8 or 9 families. And when you're adopting 8 or 9 families, you're giving gifts to mom, dad, brothers, sisters, children, things of this nature. So, and then you try to get some sponsorship in that. And it's a nice event because you're helping folks that otherwise might not get a gift or two for.
Oh, definitely,
Christmas.
definitely, yes. And that's in something little to receive something at this time of the year.
Yes.
Is phenomenal. And I think the kids appreciate it too.
I would
Because
hope
they
so.
know the situation in their family, what mom and dad can afford, and if they're on a tight budget, it's great to know that the community is supporting them.
I would agree.
And didn't you guys? I'm going to go back to what you. Well, let me ask one more, or let me share one more thing with you. Years ago, we made sold Christmas trees, real life Christmas trees.
We don't do that.
Yeah, and that was a long event, but I think it had to end because when they put the tree on the roof, the one year they wrapped it all in plastic, including the lady who bought the tree.
Oh,
The car door was wrapped in plastic. So we had to cut that.
well, good thing you didn't wrap her in plastic. I mean, you wrapped.
No,
the
not her, but a car door.
That's what I thought you meant. to begin
No,
with. Like,
her
I
car
don't know-
door. So she
I don't know
couldn't
how
get out of
that
the
happened.
car. She couldn't get out of the
No.
car. And so she drove home and she was beeping for her husband to come out and help her.
I could ruin your holiday.
I know. But I'm sure she remembers that. Monies. Who have you really, because I know you guys made some big donations other than the trike and bike and your annual donations. AEDs?
AEDs, yes. Rotary actually bought, so I'm conflicted here because they bought them for us, the city. They bought automatic external defibrillators for the police department about 5, maybe 7 years ago. And they bought 4 of them. They spent about $10,000, and we've actually saved several lives. So as a result of the effort of Rotary, there's people who are still alive because of their donation of AEDs to the Brunswick Division of Police. They also bought AEDs for Hinckley first responders, and they bought a thermal imaging camera for the Brunswick Division of Fire. And a thermal imaging camera is a camera where the first responders or fire medics, when they respond to a fire, use this in a smoky situation where you otherwise couldn't see people, and it delineates where the hot spots are, and you can see people and bodies. And so you can save people as a result of that. And they had a thermal imaging camera that was damaged beyond repair in a fire. So Rotary heard about that, and they bought them a thermal imaging camera. So that was pretty cool. So when you're giving back to the community like that, it's really nice, especially when your goal is to impact people's lives and save people's lives. And they also made a donation to the BAT Studio, Brunswick Area Television, and Tom and his staff used that to obtain some cameras and some software to produce shows like this, you know, to celebrate 45 years of golden years. And you started this when you were 8 years old, 7 or 8. I think you were 7.5 at the time. You turned 8 before the first show aired, if I'm correct in my recollection.
Well, that's phenomenal, because you guys raise the dollars and it goes right back into the community.
Yes, yes.
So tell my viewers some of the fundraisers that are coming up.
That was a nice segue, because our biggest fundraiser is in November, and it's called Jingle Bell Gala. And what we're using those funds for this next year is the inclusive playground, or handicap accessible playground, that we hope to put in at Nura Park. So November 11th, which is a Thursday, it's also Veterans Day, we will be hosting the Jingle Bell Gala. And if you need any more information, people should get in touch with me or you now that you're back in the club. And we'll be donating, hopefully, a minimum of $10,000 to the Inclusive Playground. The Inclusive Playground, the idea came about by a young lady by the name of Leanne Alferio at the Brunswick High School. She works with special needs children, and she thought they could do some fundraising and build an inclusive or handicap accessible playground. Well, when you find out that it's between $300,000 and $500,000, most people would say, well, let's not do this because it's too much effort. She didn't balk at it. She engaged the school folks and asked if they could approach the city. So she did, and City Council got engaged in it as well. So we're doing some grant work. We applied for a $150,000 grant. The city set aside $150,000, applying for another $150,000 grant, and then we're doing fundraising to try to make up the difference. Or you never know if you're going to get the grant. We haven't been notified if we're going to get the grant. We probably won't know until October or November. And if you do get the grant and you get extra money, then obviously you can put more functionality in the playground. But as a result of Jingle Bell Gala, we hope to make a $10,000 donation to the Inclusive Playground. And the gala is an opportunity for people to get together and celebrate the holidays, which will be shortly right around the corner. And it's at Weymouth Country Club in Medina. It starts at 6 p.m. on November 11th, and tickets are currently available. So.
And it's early in the month of November, so you're not going to get caught up with all the other fundraisers that start happening. And it's on a Thursday, so it's not a weekend night. So, and it's very well attended, and it's a very nice affair.
But it almost always snows on that day. I don't know why, but
can you make it not snow?
I'm trying to pull some strings with Mark Nolan. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's a local weather forecaster, and I'm trying to get him to, make sure that we don't have snow that night, so everybody gets home safely. But it actually adds to the ambiance and the environment if you get a little bit of snow, because you're really celebrating the Christmas.
You get in the
holidays.
mood, yeah.
Yes.
Just safe driving.
Yes. So that's our biggest fundraiser coming up, and we also have a function on October 9th. It's the pig roast.
Yes, because we're in the month of October, so let's promote that.
It's a great opportunity to have some really, really good food. Most of it's home cooked, and
it is home cooked.
Whatever isn't, you wouldn't know. like the Hawaiian buns. We don't make those, but it's a nice event, and that's more of just an opportunity to get the club together and do something nice for the folks who want to come. And it's a 50-50, you know, sideboards and things of this nature. And we don't make a ton of money on that, but it goes back, what a little bit we get goes back into the club, and we use some of that for funding scholarships and things of that nature. So.
And we did it last year, COVID.
Yes.
So people picked up their meals. They bought some sideboards before they got back into their cars. But it was great to see everybody. I mean,
Yes,
because of
it
the
was.
situation, you know, people just, and then they Zoomed it.
They did, yeah. And
So he was able
some
to
people
do it.
won money. I was one of them.
Yeah, you were one of them that won the money.
Yeah.
Very lucky.
I'm a very lucky guy.
Well, I just want to say kudos to everything you are doing this year. I mean, you really are putting energy back into the club. And when I've gone the last couple of weeks, it's just nice seeing all these people from my past, you know, that were Rotarians, and like Dom. I haven't seen Dom in years, and Tony. You know, so it's just nice communicating with them. And they're retired. One's a retired dentist, and Dom is from the schools.
Yes, he was a
Retired
principal.
Principal, yeah. So, I mean, I think Rotary, once you're a good member, an active member, and you want to be there, then you remain active.
Yes, yes. And it's great to have you back, because those folks remember you and your efforts, and the fact that you started this show 45 years ago when you're 7.5 years old, and what you've done for Rotary and what you've done for the community, and you know, your passion and desire to get involved and engaged and help others is evident by your career, what you do and how you do it, and the fact that, you know, you make people smile when you walk in the room. So
That's one of our songs, Smile.
Smile, and the world smiles with you.
That's right.
Sing a song, yes. Again, so there's levels of reciprocity there. I'm glad you're back.
Well, thank you, sir. Thanks for having me back. And I
Thanks for
just
coming.
want to say, I don't know how old the clock tower is, but that clock tower was because of the Rotary Club.
You're darn tootin'.
Yes.
That's a big project.
It was a big fun. I mean, big, we had to raise the dollars for it.
Yep.
And we have a secret box that has to be open. I have to find out when they're opening that box.
Maybe on the 50th anniversary of this show, which is only 5 more years away.
Okay, so bottom line, Carl, tell my viewers how good it is feeling to help people.
Well, it's fabulous, you know, and I've dedicated my life to helping people. I spent 10 years in the Army before I came to the city of Brunswick, and spent 26 years in the Division of Police, and it's really nice to help folks. And it's nice to help folks and get paid, like police officers, firefighters, and members of the military. But there's something special about helping as a volunteer. I've often said, and I think I stole this saying from somebody else, there's nothing stronger than the heart of a volunteer. You know, but when you're giving your time, energy, and effort, and your children then later do it, my son and my daughter help other folks because it's the right thing to do at the right time for the right reason, and it's just heartwarming, and people remember that. And again, to get engaged in the community at a volunteer level and help folks is really, really nice.
Yeah. And the person that you help out is forever grateful for you doing that. Because like you said, the relationship you had with Colin and Kim, the families.
Yes.
I mean, that's just phenomenal.
It is nice, yeah. And most of them then go on to help somebody else.
And it doesn't hurt to give time.
It does not. No.
Put a smile on somebody else's face.
Yes. So I'm wondering if I can come back next month.
Oh, I don't know. I was told I got to put a lid on you. I have to put you on hold for a while.
All right.
Well, thanks for joining us on Golden Years, and I hope you have a nice month. And look into these fundraisers and see if you would like to join us or support us. Have a good month.